A Turkish drone targeted a rehabilitation centre for wounded fighters of the Syrian Democratic Forces in Qamishli, north and east Syria on Sunday, resulting in serious injuries. A UN commission in Iraq to promote accountability for crimes committed by ISIS draws to a close with no clear strategy for undertaking ISIS trials, a Yazidi rights advocate warned. An Iranian Kurd, Reza Rasaei, and a Sunni cleric, Mohammed Khanajat, also a member of Iran's Kurdish minority, both face execution in the Islamic Republic on protest-related charges. Activists from around the world are marking the 25th anniversary of the arrest of Kurdistan Workers' Party leader Abdullah Öcalan with an annual internationalist long march. Learn more with Media News. A Turkish drone targeted a rehabilitation centre for wounded fighters of the Syrian Democratic Forces in Qamishli in north and east Syria on Sunday, resulting in serious injuries. While specific details of the casualties remain scarce, an official at the north and east Syria's Federal Centre for the War Wounded, which has been operating since 2020 and is dedicated to helping those injured in the fight against ISIS, confirmed the attack. Footage from the scene shows pools of blood in and outside the building. There has been no comment on the incident from the Asayish, the internal security forces of north and east Syria, or the Syrian Democratic Forces. However, the rehabilitation centre released a statement strongly condemning the attack. The statement highlighted the courage of the war wounded, defending human values against extremism. Describing Turkey's actions as brutal and fascist, the centre criticised the silence of the international community on the matter, which it said implied approval of the aggression. A United Nations fact-finding mission in Iraq to promote accountability for crimes committed by ISIS, known as UNITAD, recently partnered with the Alamein Institute for Graduate Studies in Baghdad to launch a lecture series aimed at deepening understanding of international criminal law. However, the initiative was overshadowed by criticism as the UN's UNITAD mission draws to a close without a clear plan for the future of gathered evidence or accountability for the Yazidi genocide. Murad Ismail, a co-founder and former executive director of Yazda, an organisation directed at supporting the Yazidi community, questioned the impact of UNITAD's efforts. UNITAD is giving lectures to I don't know who, he said. Their mission is about to end and there's no clear plan whatsoever for accountability for genocide, war crimes and crimes against humanity, he said on X. There is no plan whatsoever for the evidence that's been collected. There is no plan for trials, Ismail continued in a separate tweet. In 2023, the UN Security Council announced that the mandate of UNITAD would only be extended for 12 months at the request of the Iraqi government. The decision has been met with dismay by the Yazidi community. Executions in Iran continue to surge with an average of 10 hangings a week, the authorities targeting Jin Jian Azadi or women life freedom activists from minority groups, in trials marred with irregularities, including confessions allegedly obtained under torture. Iranian Kurdish Reza Rasaei, a member of the Yazidi religious minority, was sentenced for the premeditated murder of the Iranian security forces head of intelligence in the Kurdish-majority province of Kermanshah at the height of the women's rights protests in late 2022. The verdict was upheld by the Supreme Court in December. With a judicial review rejected in January, the risk of execution has become imminent, Amnesty International reported. Amnesty said that the court had unlawfully relied on forced confessions extracted from others under torture and other ill treatment to convict him. And in Iran's Kurdish-majority West Azerbaijan province, Mohammed Khanajat, a Sunni Kurdish cleric, also faces protest-related capital punishment. He was charged after leading a memorial service for a man killed by security forces during a protest. Capital punishment of political prisoners and other alleged offenders in Iran has reached crisis point, human rights activists in Iran said. Activists from around the world are marking the 25th anniversary of the arrest of Kurdistan Workers' Party, or PKK, leader Abdullah Öcalan, with the 8th annual Internationalist Long March. The Kurdish community believes that Öcalan's arrest was the result of an international conspiracy involving the security services of several nations, including the CIA, the MI5 and Mossad. Held annually since 2017, this year's march saw around 200 activists from across Europe, including Germany, Italy, France, Switzerland and the UK, embark on a journey from Basel, Switzerland to Strasbourg, France. The PKK leader was captured in Kenya on the 15th of February 1999 and from there extradited to Turkey. His arrest remains controversial, with legal experts arguing that it violated both Kenyan law and international legal principles. Since then, Öcalan has been held in Imrali Island prison, where he's endured conditions of increasing isolation. For the past 35 months, Öcalan has had no contact with his family, legal representatives or anyone else outside the prison.